Hello and welcome back to another video on Wrestling and to AEW Rampage Out of 10. And yeah, this week's show featured 4 matches, including Ty Valkyrie's debut encounter. We had a TNT title match on there as well. And yeah, really good main event. So yeah, there's lots happening on this week's episode of Rampage. So let's get straight into it. And we start things off with Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ray Phoenix in a TNT title open challenge match. Powerhouse had the early advantage, but Ray made his comeback with a dive to the outside. Hobbs then again got the upper hand before slamming Phoenix on the barricades at the ringside area. The TNT champion overpowered Phoenix during this stage of the bout. Powerhouse Hobbs got a 2 count after hitting a delayed vertical suplex. He continued to wear down the high-flying challenger. QT Marshall then got in a cheap shot as Phoenix and Hobbs distracted the referee. Phoenix then came back into the match with a series of kicks, but Hobbs started some momentum by dropping him from the ropes. Phoenix then managed to take down the champion with a German for a 2 count. He then hit a cutter for another 2. Ray Phoenix then went for a high-flying move, but Powerhouse shoulder tackled him onto the turnbuckle. He then fired out with a spine buster for a 2. Phoenix came back with some kicks and hit the frog splash for a 2, and then hit a series of super kicks for Hobbs, taking down with a spine buster. Towards the end, Hobbs applied a torture wreck and followed up with a finisher to retain his belt. Post-match, Hobbs caught Brahantes and QT Marshall hit a diamond cutter. And yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Really good match to kick off the show, as you'd expect with these two. Yeah, 2 brilliant wrestlers, and they put on a really good banger to kick off the show. So yeah, this was good stuff. 7 out of 10 from me. Next up on Rampage, it was Taya Valkyrie's AEW debut, and she was taking on Ava Lawless. Taya Valkyrie took her down early on. She put her in the corner and followed that with running knees. Valkyrie then followed up with a spear on Lawless and quickly finished off her with the Road to Valhalla to pick up her maiden AEW victory. Post-match, Cargill, Gray and Sterling came down the ramp to check on Valkyrie. Obviously setting up a debut kind of feud for her, and yeah, I can't wait for that. It's going to be a really good match, but just a decent way to introduce Taya to the audience and set up her first feud, so 6 out of 10. Bollywood Boys then took on Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. Yeah, they were the Sing people from Jinder Mahal's title reign, in case you don't know. The JAS members had an early advantage, and the Bollywood Boys came back with a double team and took them down Angelo Parker. The heels then get control of the bout after a clothesline from Matt Menard. After a back and forth, Guru and Shira managed to get a roll up for a 2 count before Parker stopped his momentum. Half Shearer then was tagged in and came in a flurry of offense, but it didn't last long. Towards the end, Matt Menard and Angelo Parker hit an elevated DDT on Half to pick up the win on Friday night's show. Post-match, Menard and Parker mocked the acclaimed scissoring pose. And yeah, it gets 6 out of 10 from me. Good win for the JAS. Kind of introducing a new team. Don't know what the future holds for them, but yeah, I mean, it kind of just set up that versus the acclaimed. But you know, it did it in a relatively decent way. It wasn't a bad match, so yeah, it gets 6 out of 10 from me. Our main event was Brody King versus Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia walked out of the ring early on and hugged Chris before Brody chased him, but Garcia continues to evade, and the House Black member overpowered Garcia and took him down with a chop. Garcia then again started running around the room, but Julia Hart came in front of him, and King took advantage and loaded on him with some vicious chops and put Garcia on a steel chair and followed up across body slam, sandwiching the JS member. The former Pure champion made his comeback by sidestepping King onto the steel steps the ringside. Garcia was in complete control during this stage of the match, and King was coming back with a spinning slam and got a 2 count. He followed up with a delayed pile driver for another 2 before King unloaded on Garcia with a couple of nasty chops and then followed up with a cannonball for a 2 count. Daniel Garcia then targeted Brody King's knees and applied a sleep hold, and King took Garcia down with a lariat, and after a back and forth, the JS thing rolled out King for a 2. He then applied the walls before Brody King reached the ropes. Jericho then took a cheat shot with his baseball bat, and Garcia applied a sleep hold. King failed to answer the referee's 3 count, giving Garcia the victory. And yeah, it gets 7 out of 10. Really good match. Continuing this JAS House of Black feud, which I think has the potential to be really good. Heels getting a win, but you know House of Black will fight back. So yeah, on the whole, this was really good. Fun match to win the show. It gets 7 out of 10 from me. Overall, AEW Rampage gets a 7 out of 10 from me this week. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good episode with this Rampage this week. The first match and the last match were really, really good. And yeah, Taya Valkyrie making her debut. Really excited about her feud with Jade Cargill. That's going to be good. Decent tag team match on there as well. So yeah, an hour of wrestling that I thought was really fun this week. So yeah, good stuff. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. To like, share, subscribe, notice what's going on, and if you want to share for daily wrestling news, subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.